The world is burning. The the massive amounts of the temperature has increased greatly. The the polar ice caps have melted. The ocean levels have increased by nearly 4 feet. This is that may not sound like a lot, but add that up over the entire oceanic mass. That's nearly 70% of the entire Earth, and it has a massive effect. And it's a major catastrophe. Due to increased rising temperatures, it's not just flooding that's affected. Obvi- Obviously, the temperature of the oceans is greatly increased as well. The ocean has become more acidic. The coral can't survive, and then if the coral can't survive, then the maritime life, whose food chain relies on the coral, can't survive either. The As well as massive amounts of flooding, there are also major droughts, major forest fires, major and an increased amount of hurricanes at greater severity as well. The as well as it's not just human life that's affected as well. Animal wildlife is destroyed as well. From the Bengalese tiger to the great apes of Southeast Asia to polar bears to Arctic puffins to Adelaide's penguins. Those are the Antarctic penguins as well. They all these different beautiful species have either become extinct or they are severely endangered because of the effects of man-made human climate change. Million millions of human beings as well are displaced from their homes due to the climate being destroyed. This leads to a refugee crisis not seen at any point in human history, and the costs of damages have destroyed the entire economy. None of this has happened yet, but every day that we don't act brings us closer and closer to a future just like this. Car- Carbon emissions increased in 2018 by 2.7%, the largest increase in human history, and that has a massive effect. The the Earth has accumulated a total of nearly 3 billion in heat, equivalent to to 3 billion Hiroshima level atomic bombs. That has a ma- it would be naive to say that doesn't have a major effect. Yet, despite all of this, we have a president of the United States who says, "Where's global warming when you need it?" I try to do the voice; it's a bit tricky. But the point of this essay, I could complain for a very long time. But what my main point of this essay and speech is that there are so many people like me who really want to do more for the planet, who really want to understand the effects that we have on it even more, and we don't really know how. So I wanted to explain the scientific consensus on climate change, what the causes of climate change are, what its effects are, what the evidence is, and also what its solutions may be as well. I also want to underscore before we move on, why it's so important to me that that we as a society and our governments under listen to climatologists. After all, who better who better to listen to than the most qualified, and is and they understand the climate better than anyone else. But also at a salary, the average climatologist salary is about $90,000 a year. Now compare that to the CEO of Exxon Oil, who left in 2014 with a salary of 14 million in a single year. Who do you think has more of an incentive to warp the truth? I'm reminded of that immortal George Carlin joke. The planet's fine. The people are effed. And truer words. And so to begin with, I want to address the causes of climate change, namely the greenhouse gas effect.